Hi, I'm Heinbach. It's good to have you back. I'm sitting in the little set that I built for tonight's performance with Robin Rimbaud, aka Scanner. We're going to be having a dinner for two, where he'll be eating there, I'll be eating here, and we're gonna play with our food, which you shouldn't do, at least according to my parents and uh, but that's not gonna bother us today. As you can hear, there's already some atmosphere going on every time I speak, and that is because I have piezo mic'd this table and I'm running it into a patch on the Eventide H3000 in the back there. So every time I touch this, or even sound waves come, this reacts. And it's such a lovely tone. And everything is based around one note, and that's the resonant frequency of this glass that my friend Wouter Jaspers of Coma Electronic gave to me. So what Robin and I are going to try in this distance dinner is find a playful way to make music together. And as you know, there are many difficulties when you try to stream music right now, because there's always this delay, and there are some platforms that try to mitigate that, like Endless FM, but we tried to find a creative way. And the idea of sitting down to have a dinner together and have a nice chat, and then find ways to make that music appealed to us. In the running up to this, we had a few Skype chats where we tried to figure out what we want to do and how we can division the music that we were going to make. And we came upon the idea that one of us would basically do music concrete, taking the things here, miking them and playing with them, while the other one, that's me, is gonna go for a more sonified approach. Basically, I'm not going to process these sounds here. I created a little minefield that I can play with. For example, next to my glass is the DR Horn organ by Seat Lombard. I made a video on this beautiful instrument that you can check out here. And every time I pass, it plays this lovely sequence of notes, and I can hold that. And it's never quite exact, because this uses radio antennas and it always depends on the distance that I have from here, which notes get triggered. And I've set it up in the way that the incoming note, the low note, is non-reverbed, and the offgoing note has a bunch of reverb. To be exact, 2 quadreverbs I'm running it into. Then I put sensors onto the knife and the fork. These are by Instrument of Things, and they are part of their 2.4 sync module, and they control the whole modular. The goal here is to music the gesture that I'm doing and not the sound that I'm making while I'm eating. So this is the quasi-off position. There's always still a little bit of noise because, of course, I'm actually sitting on wooden floorboards and they move. So the sensors get a bit of movement always. But the squeaking, for example, that you're hearing, that's the Portal, which is a fantastic module for making tiny sounds. And the bass drum is the Jar-Analog filter, which is being pinged by a movement here. The whir note, that's the Piston Honda. On here, I've got the Jar-Analog generator, which is the bright sound. And the more buzzy is the Jar-Analog contour. And it's hard to demonstrate how this will be until I'm eating, but I'm trying to make it really fun and abstract. The only instrument that I'm using that is playable in a classic way is the Omnichord modded by Folktech. Again, there's a video for that available. What I can do with this, it's a touch interface, so I can play it with olives, because they are wet and conductive. Then I can add effects, such as the blooper. And the Cooper effects outward. So if this was a solo set, I would be concerned that this might not be enough. But since I'm playing with Robin and he has got his own style, I think this will be more than enough, especially since we're going to be talking a bit in between. And yeah, and then in the interplay between us, I think, or I hope, beautiful things will happen. The food part of the whole show is going to be another challenge. My wife and her aunt wanted to cook and prepare some Greek food because they're working on a cookbook which is coming out this August. And I'll put the link in the description because it's fantastic vegan, vegetarian Greek food. And yeah, but they had to go to the hospital and check something up. So it's doubtful whether they will arrive in time. So I'll have to use the cookbook and see if I can fix up something nice. And my kids wanted to help out also with setting and bringing up the food. We'll see how that goes. But now let's check in with Robin and see what he has prepared.
Hello, my name is Robin Rambo, otherwise known as Scanner. And tonight I will play probably one of the strangest concerts I've ever had the chance to play, with Heinbach in Berlin and myself here in the UK. We are going to have dinner together and use the sounds of that process, the dinner, the movement of everything, to create the soundtrack. So not traditional music in any way, but something much more like musique concrète, where you use the sounds of the world around you to create the score. So to explain what I have in front of me, I have a knife and a fork. These have little microphones, contact microphones on them. So they will amplify all the sounds that I make as I move the cutlery around on the table. I have a little box here, Coma Electronic Make It, which is a field kit. And it allows me to take those sounds from the knife and the fork and transform them again. These then go into a looper, and I have a pedal on the floor here to help me move between things, so I can use my hands and my feet, dance around at the same time. And I can build up layers of sound. And here I have a few more effects and pedals, guitar pedals, which give me an opportunity to add kind of resonance and reverb and all kinds of things, just to color and paint with the sound. I even have what is known as a hydrophone microphone. So this is rather like a contact microphone, but is waterproof. I can drop it into a glass, and as the fizziness of my drink works its way through, you'll be able to hear this kind of strange underwater sound. And hopefully this whole thing builds into a crescendo, a concerto of food. I don't know yet, nor does Heinbach, but let's see what kind of magic happens together. I hope you enjoy it, and in these very strange times of social isolation at the moment, let's hope that little events like this that are playful and fun can actually bring people together. If it all fails, at least we have full tummies at the end of it.
Why are we going down this Dada road of making a concert together? First, to avoid the technical difficulties that I spoke about. Second, it's just more exciting to try something different that you've never tried before. These are the kind of things that I love doing, and they speak to everything that I've learned in the past decades on theater, performance, making music, and above all, collaborating with people. And I'm very happy that through the people that support what I do on Patreon, I am able to put 4 or 5 days of work into realizing something like this and bringing it to life. So thank you for that. But now I gotta check in with my wife in the emergency room. Yeah. Ah, my wife is back. Oh, well, awesome. So okay, so I hope we will be able to get better food than what I could cook up myself tonight.